Coming at you from Lake Norman, North Carolina, it is Carolina Sports Radio CSR.
What's
Say it,
up?
boys.
CSR, baby.
Well, guess what? To quote Jason Aldean, we back.
We are back.
We are back. We took a little hiatus off from last week. Had to do some things, get some tech guys, tech guy working out some things for us. Little things we had to work on with some new ideas and things we're looking at. So we're back. We're going to try to stay on schedule at this point, unless any other uncontrollable situations arise. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna try to keep this thing rolling. So we got a few things we're going to talk about this episode. Of course, you know how we always try to finish with Panther training camp. That'll probably be the last topic we talk about, but we're going to go ahead and get right into a few things before that. And main thing we wanted to go ahead and start with, since unfortunately we weren't able to record an episode last week, the closing ceremonies of the Olympics was the other day. Mm-hmm. So we're going to kind of go into a few little tidbits about the Olympics. It's come and gone. And we'll say this. Everybody together, USA.
USA. I was just thinking that, Dougie. I was like, can we get a USA chant going
I was
real
gonna
quick?
wait until we announced it. But
We can even do this. USA CSR.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we led the way. I'm going to pass it over to the guys and we'll talk about a couple quick things. The biggest thing that happened in the Olympics, I think, and we kind of threw some shade, which is most of America threw some shade.
That was motivation for him, finally.
Men's basketball. So go ahead, guys. Take that away.
Yeah, so we beat France in the final. I think it was our trash talk really pushed the USA team. I know Kevin Durant was setting me up, asking me what's going on. I said, dude, listen.
And of course, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show.
I think we pissed him off.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
he needed it.
We like that.
Honestly, this team was trash.
Yeah.
But you know what? If that's what we have to do our part.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get a medal, we'll share one. It's fine, guys. I mean, just a complimentary medal.
As long as Nick Batum did not get a gold medal, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
who is that guy? I don't remember him.
Yeah. I try not to remember him.
Are we still paying him?
I think so. I think that was the last year we're paying him, actually. But hey, 113 medals. That was super loud. Sorry about that, guys.
That was not a crack.
That was not a crack. That was me smacking my hands because I was super excited. And 39 gold for our U.S. team, leading the way. I think China was second, so take that, China, and shove it. Friend of the show. China's friend of the show. Don't worry, guys.
Friendly play.
Yeah, friendly play. But, congratulations to the men's basketball team, the women's basketball team, the men's baseball team. I think we got silver.
Yeah.
Got beat by Japan. Ran into that buzzsaw.
There's no shame in that.
Yeah, not at all.
Japan is a killer in
Yeah,
baseball.
but congratulations to all our U.S. participants getting gold and just showing our United States pride there. We did have the Hornets draft going on. We did get a guard out of UConn with their first pick, which surprised me. He slid to us, Mr. James Bouknight. Probably the coolest name in the draft.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Kind of like that. The book man.
Yeah, he came out of UConn. He's a guard. I mean, he already showed in that first summer league he can hit some shots, and he's gonna push some positions.
This dude is athletic.
Yeah.
We are going to be running up and down the court with ball, maybe even both balls. But
We got two balls.
Yeah, we got two balls. But
As long as they're not blue.
LaMelo and Bouknight, I think they're going to be really good together. Also, we got Kai Jones.
We did get Kai Jones. Good call, man.
My guy from the last podcast.
Well,
Good call on that, dude.
And I'm glad to hear Steven say that. I think we kind of touched on that last episode. Yeah, that was Justin's call,
That was
man.
Justin's call. Good pick.
Big, athletic, can block. I'm pretty sure he blocked a couple shots. In the
Dude,
first
he
game.
yammed it on somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was against Portland. He absolutely yammed somebody.
You know, the other thing I like about that guy and I watched the draft. I don't know, guys, if you actually watched it. I actually watched the draft, and he seemed really excited to be here.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, when they showed him, man, or maybe that's just his personality. But he was pumped, man. And then a couple days later, when they showed both draft picks going into the arena, looking at the arena, looking at the floor.
Yeah, him. I think it was him and Bouknight,
yeah, man, they were like pumped, man. They were, I mean, I normally, because we're such a small market team, you wonder sometimes if these guys want to go play in the bright lights, New York, LA, all that.
Oh yeah.
I want guys that want to be here,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the mellow factor, you know.
He's bringing people.
Oh,
in.
he's
Absolutely.
in the brains for free agents.
Definitely.
So I love that kid's attitude. I'm so glad to have him. He's a high flyer too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yes,
These are the future of our draft.
Yeah. I mean, we also picked up JT Thor, which
yep. The
actually
Thor dropped the hammer.
Dropped the hammer. Forward out of Auburn.
He's a big guy
yeah,
too.
Yeah, I think we got him at 37.
Yep.
I mean, I like to see that. And then we did get Scotty Lewis,
Yep.
56 from Florida, who's a guard.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah, which I think we got him in the Plumlee trade.
Yep.
Or the we got him out of the Plumlee trade.
Yeah, we got him with the Detroit pick, right?
Well,
Yeah.
if you remember the Hornets again, Kupchak I think did a great job.
Yeah, he made
But I
some-
think he took a little page out of Scott Fitter's and the Hurricanes. Man, when you talking about trading, the state of Carolina became the trade. We were like trading everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Kupchak did his homework, did a good job.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, he's got a proven record. I mean, you know, when we hired him, everybody wondered if Jordan was going to, you know, control him or whatever. But I think Jordan's letting him do his job.
I think Jordan's kind of taking a step back. He had that Jerry Jones kind of feel to him, where he wanted to have his hand in everything.
Right.
And dude, just sign the paychecks and let the GMs do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Just let them do what they need to do. That's the biggest problem, and I might delve into it with the Cowboys. They need to have their GM do it.
Yeah.
Don't have the owner do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin, talk about some of the Hornet players that we unfortunately had to say bye to. And I think we all agree. We liked them all,
Yeah.
but you can't keep everyone.
Nope.
two of my biggest that I'm sad to see go: Devontae Graham and
Which
Cody.
we all like.
Mhm.
Yep, and Cody Zeller.
Yeah.
And remember, Devontae Graham is a Carolina kid.
He is.
Yeah.
So.
He is. I mean, went to Kansas, but it's fine.
I hate seeing Zeller though go, man. Like
Yeah, me too.
his athleticism and hustle was just different.
And we touched on that last episode about he does the dirty work.
Yeah, he does. You can't measure hard. You can,
Right.
his stats don't put
Right.
in what he does on the court.
Right.
You know?
Happy for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a pay raise, I believe.
Yeah, and I like to see him play with Dan. I mean, probably one of the best point guards in the league.
Yeah.
I like to see him play with that.
I hated to see those guys, and we lost.
Malik Monk went to the Lakers.
And I think that was a foregone conclusion. We kind of knew he was going to go.
That's a good spot for him because he needs a veteran presence, and he's learning from one of the best.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their opinion on Mr. LeBron James, but he's learning from the best.
I don't know how you guys feel about the developing story of the Lakers and what all they signed here.
What,
but
50-year-olds?
It seems like to me what it is it's a pickup team at the Y.
They got the 2011 All-Star team.
I mean,
right now.
they may come out of the blocks and they may win like crazy at the beginning, but I mean, you got some age on those guys.
Yeah,
and
they're all gonna
speaking
have to-
as a 55-year-old guy, those guys are not much younger than me.
It's going to be a lot of time management.
a lot
on
of
that
time
team.
management.
Yeah, but I don't see them. Everybody's barking that, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. You know what?
They'll be a playoff team.
They'll be a playoff team.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They're gonna make the championship.
I don't think
They're gonna make the championship in
I
the
don't
West.
think so.
And
I'm
in
gonna
the Western
let's
Conference.
note that now.
Write it down.
Yeah.
And if
Jot
we're
it
wrong,
down.
we're wrong. I do not think that.
I think what we need to do, guys, is one day get a hot take, cold take board.
Absolutely.
I think if somebody makes a proclamation, we write it down. If it's right, cool. If it's wrong, well,
Like-
we'll
Yeah,
see
keep
you
to your
again.
word.
Well, like we always said, man, we don't always agree. Remember, we're sitting at the bar drinking,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
we're not always going to agree. But the difference that I got to stress with us three guys, and I know this is a foreign concept now. We agree to disagree sometimes. We don't get mad and say, "Oh, you're an idiot," and all that. I mean, that's how people are nowadays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Steven, he thinks they're gonna, at least make a championship game. I'm skeptical of that whole group. I think there'll be some injuries that may derail that.
Well, that's every team. You can say
Right.
that against anybody. They could have Steph Curry,
But
Kevin
take
Durant.
it from an older guy.
everybody,
When you get injured a little bit older, you don't heal as quickly.
I'm sorry. Hey, I'm 20,
You guys don't know anything about that yet.
dude. I don't know. I'm 28 years old and starting to feel that now already.
It's hard to get out of bed.
I'm 28, but
sometimes.
my body's 55,
Well,
Doug. I'm there with you.
I will say, and this is what I saw this on Twitter. This was so funny, man. I don't know if you guys saw it on your social medias, but they were showing a picture of the Lakers, all the ones they had signed,
Yeah.
and then they had the picture in the summer league sideline that had Miles, Miles Bridges and Melo, and I think it was PJ Washington, and they said all of this to try to beat this.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, man.
Yeah.
The Panthers, I mean, the Hornets were getting the pub, man. I thought that was cool. So, again, that's the Melo factor.
Right, it is. And we got some good pickups. We traded, like I said, for Mason Plumlee.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a solid pickup at center. We need a big guy. He's a proven guy.
He's a big body.
He's the better Plumlee.
And us getting that draft pick, getting Scotty Lewis out of it too. I mean, it's his icing on the cake. We took a cap hit. That was a cap casualty for Detroit. And then picking up Kelly Oubre.
Absolutely.
That's a steal.
That is a steal.
Another high flyer.
Yeah. And he's excited to play with Melo. I mean, if you're a high flyer, how can you not be?
Yeah.
Or a shooter. That dude's going to put that ball on the money, you know.
I understand Steph Curry actually talked with him about possibly coming here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Curry will come when he is 38 years
Yeah,
old at the
yeah.
end of his
Oh,
career.
when he's 43 and has one knee left
Right.
and can hold a basketball.
But, you know,
game.
if he had any say or any kind of influence for him to come here, thank you, Steph.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, he's a hometown guy. I mean, you know, he is the man. Did you see the contract he just signed?
Oh, God. And first player probably in sports history to have two $200 million contracts.
Oh, my God,
Like,
man.
Dude's unreal, man.
I mean, dude, he can walk in the arena and he's
Well, that's
he
his
can
range.
hit three.
That's his
Exactly.
range. He walks into the
park-
gym. That's his range.
I mean, in the
Parking
parking
lot,
lot.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But we did play 2 summer league games against the Blazers and the Kings, both losses. Looks like we did struggle to score the ball a little bit. Very low scoring games. We have to talk about Jello. LiAngelo.
Let's
Tearing it
do
up.
that.
He played well. I mean, he has played well. I mean, his shot is looking good.
I did not know he had a 3 like that.
No.
I didn't. And he tore it up. What did he drop? Like
I think
8?
he dropped. He dropped 15. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had 5
I
threes.
think it was
Yeah.
16.
Was it 16?
Yeah.
But I mean, he was stroking it.
Yeah.
He was stroking it for sure.
He's the second of the 2 balls the Hornets have.
Yep.
So-
We had 2 Martins. Now we got 2 balls.
and unfortunately we lost one of the Martins, and that
We
was
did.
something we didn't mention. And
We still got Cody though.
yeah, I'm sure he'll end up somewhere.
Hey,
but
really-
but just a business. It's a
Really
business.
quick. Did y'all know?
Oh, you're about to hit us with this
Yeah.
fact. Please
Did
go
y'all
ahead.
know?
Here we go. Hey, did you know?
Throughout the entire NBA history,
Oh, here
there
we
have
go.
only been 2 Cody
I saw that,
Yep.
players ever.
and we have.
And we
them.
have
And Charlotte's had both of them.
Yes, sir. Trivia.
That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy. There's been almost more LeBrons than Codys
Yeah.
in the NBA history.
And that's unfortunate.
That's
There's been almost more meta world pieces in the NBA than
my God.
Cody's.
Wow.
That's name drop right
Steven
there.
with the throwback.
Meta world piece. Ron Artest, you the man.
Yeah.
So,
Boy,
but the next game's against the Spurs tomorrow,
Yeah.
3 p.m. If
Yeah.
you guys check them out.
I'm pretty sure Jello's getting the start too. I thought I saw something about
Yeah,
him being in the starting lineup.
He might be. I mean,
But we're gonna go into the crack zone now.
Oh Lord, hold on. Let me get ready here.
We got a brand new beer.
Now, last time I apologize to the friendly folk who are listening. I prematurely cracked.
Very prematurely. He got excited.
And what happened was I was talking, I know people that know me know, wow, Doug was talking. And they handed me a beer. It was a natural reaction. I mean, that's what we do, right, guys?
He just grabbed
So-
it and wanted to drink it.
oh, dude, he was ready for it.
So I apologize to all the listeners for that. All right, take it away for the crack zone, sir.
Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead and tell us what we got here.
All right, this is from Rogue. It is Bat Squatch.
And I love the can art.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an IPA, hazy. Me and Steven have already had this one before.
Yeah,
I'm-
when you were on the Marco Blaze and Zack Attack show.
yeah, shout out.
Shout out to you guys.
Yep.
Sponsor us.
But yeah, this is already really good. We already know that, but Doug's first time, so
All right, so we ready?
here we
Well,
go.
all right, 3, 2, 1, do it.
Ooh,
Wow.
very
I
nice.
think
You
we just-
guys just entered the cracks.
I think we just blew the speaker.
Yeah, I think the base is done now, guys.
So everybody out there in podcast land,
What's good?
welcome to the crack zone.
Crack zone.
You know,
Jump on in.
hey, what's the alcohol content on there, Dougie? Since you ain't got a koozie,
Well, let's check it out here.
why don't you tell us there? What's your young guys?
Hold on. What we got here? It is 6.7.
It's a little
Drink,
heavy.
drink a couple of those.
12 ounce.
Yeah,
But it's very good.
It
Very,
is.
very good.
Rogue, you put out a good one, and like we said, awesome can
That's
art.
a good one. That's a good one. And that's something I love all the craft beers, man, because you have so many different labels. And these guys know in my garage fridge, I take these labels and stick them on my garage fridge.
Can I tell you, that's probably one of the best ideas
Dude,
I've
I
seen.
love it.
That's
I mean,
a cool idea.
And I'll be honest with you, and my wife can tell, you guys this. It wasn't anything that I just, the light bulb went off. I'm just one of these people. If I have a can in my hand that has a label you can peel, I'm one of those people that just peels and don't realize it.
You kind of fiddle with it,
Yeah.
just kind of while you're talking. and
If
stuff.
somebody said it's a nervous thing or some kind of frustration thing, I won't get into that. But I just decided, well, I like this, and we started almost like a collage. So I told these guys I didn't trademark it or anything. So hey, jump on it, guys.
Hey, we can start manufacturing fridges with the beer labels on there. You know,
Man, remember, when you open the door, it's the crack zone.
the crack zone.
You have to say it every time you open a beer.
And hopefully get that trademark soon because it's starting to kick.
Yeah, and that's another thing, guys. Again, I think Justin, he usually hits it every time. So go ahead and do that disclaimer.
We are not.
We are not sponsored by this beer.
Or endorsed by this beer
Or
company.
endorsed. We're saying it one time because normally we say it like 5 times.
Yeah, we kind of beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
But
We just,
I'm
we
gonna
just don't want to get sued.
I'm gonna follow up with, if you guys want to sponsor us,
Yeah.
hit us up on social media.
Come on.
We're 3 cool guys. We'll drink
Carolina
that beer.
Sports Radio.
Yeah.
We love beer. Give it to us.
We'll drink all the beer.
But we want to thank you guys for listening. I know we said the last podcast once we got 100 Instagram followers because that's kind of our hub.
And we said that was
yeah,
our hub.
That's our hub that we would do a giveaway. So we were actually up to 125. So
Thank you.
So,
thank
hey,
you guys. But
golf
Showing
clap.
love.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate that.
Yep. So what we do is, like we said, do a giveaway. We are, tonight, tomorrow morning, going to post a Instagram question, and the first person to answer that question correctly, we will just send you guys a gift. We'll hit you up on Instagram, get your information. We'll just send you kind of gift to show our appreciation to you guys.
And it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The question, I believe, is going to be on our story, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be on
But
Instagram
we'll,
story.
we'll hint at it in the post. So
Yeah.
I guess we didn't. When will we post that, guys?
It'll
After the show?
It'll be
Tonight,
after,
yeah.
sometime tonight.
It'll be so it'll be and this is generally what we do with our podcast. We generally try to get them up the night we do them, and then the next day for everybody to listen to. And of course we listen to it on the way afterwards. But yeah, just hey, everybody come out, try to spread the word, guys. That's a big thing we're trying to do as well. When recently I went to Fan Fest and training camp, and I had what was one of the cool things I told these two guys, man. I had people come out asking me about the podcast, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
That's
it was really
awesome.
cool. And so we were trying to pass out. We have wristbands right now. We try to pass them out, have people wear them. So hey, man, thanks for our ones who have followed us already and are supporting us already. Thank you guys. And we just can't say thank you enough.
we really appreciate it. So we got Panthers coming up next.
The big dogs.
The big dogs. The
Big cats.
The big cats.
Meow.
Should we do the cheer?
No, we're not doing this year.
Oh my god.
All right,
Don't even talk about this year ever again in your life.
So I just want to start it off real quick. A signing we had today.
And I think it is a very good sign.
I agree with you guys.
So Perriman has a little setback, right? So he's a little hurt. I don't think it's too serious, but we signed.
We looked it up. Soft tissue was the official I got.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a Charlie horse or something.
Yeah, I tried calling Matt. Me and Matt Rule were pretty cool. I tried calling him.
Friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show. Wouldn't answer my call. He's busy with training camp, so yeah, it's cool though.
He's not going to be out too long.
I still love you, Matt.
Right.
So we signed Josh Bynes, if I'm saying that correctly. Right?
I think it is Bynes.
That is
Yeah.
correct,
Yep.
sir.
He was a captain for the Bengals last year.
Started.
But captain is what stands out for me.
Mhm.
Because if you're a captain on an NFL team, something's going right.
Yeah,
So-
you're doing something right.
Yeah. So this dude had 99 tackles last year.
Yep.
That's a solid. That's
Absolutely.
a solid year.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're pushing 100 tackles,
Especially for the Bengals.
yeah.
Right.
So,
But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
I think
And
I think when Burrow went down,
Yeah.
the defense was on the field a
or
lot.
sometimes they're called the Bungles.
Yeah.
He also has a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens.
I didn't know that.
And
I didn't know that.
he's from Auburn and actually played with Cam.
Oh, no
I
kidding.
saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
No kidding.
So little there's some more information for you guys.
Wow.
So I mean,
So go out, follow him, and welcome him to the team.
get us some veteran presence on the linebacker court.
Mhm.
You know,
See, I haven't a chance to really look into Josh Bynes too much, just because I was working.
Yeah.
You got to put food on the table. But you know, I'm excited about Denzel Perryman, so I'm hoping he can come back because
Me
what
too.
I've watched about him, that dude thumps people.
And he was one of the ones that I spoke in one of the first
You did.
episodes. He was one of the ones
You
that I pumped, and you know he got a speeding ticket on the way to training camp.
Yeah.
And I hope I didn't jinx him.
He
So
was
hey,
excited.
He was too excited to get to Spartanburg.
Hey, Denzel, hey man, listen man, get well soon, dude, because we're excited about seeing you on the field.
Yeah.
So
But I do know earlier in the week. Well, was it maybe yesterday? We, you know, did our unofficial depth chart.
Yep.
What do you guys think about that?
little surprises.
Yeah, there was some surprises.
There was some surprises on
Yeah.
there.
What's your first surprise there, Dougie?
The one surprise that got me is in the running back. You had several. I mean, I expected to see some of the. I know we. You know, it's funny. We now have like I think 2 Rod Smiths at running back. We got 2 different guys. One of them's Rodney Smith, and
One's Rod Smith. Yeah.
So
Funny fact is Rod Smith actually liked one of our little pictures.
Oh.
he did.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Rod Smith.
I think we all got really excited about that.
Mhm.
But you know, Bonifant, I mean, he's a good running back, but I got to be honest, man. I expected Chubb. I
Whoa.
expected him to be up there,
I completely agree when I
and
saw
I was
that.
a little surprised on
Yeah,
that.
when I saw
Bonifant
him,
being 2, that's
I was super surprised by that. I thought Chuba would be. I mean, Reggie's he's very. This is gonna sound mean when I say this, but he's a poor man's Christian.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things Christian can do, but I mean, how can people do what Christian does? You know, what I mean, but he's a very similar skill set.
oh yeah.
So Chuba's he's a power guy. You know.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously they know what Reggie can do. Chuba's only been there for a couple months.
I don't think. I think this is just to maybe light a fire under Chuba.
Could be.
Yeah.
You know, just be like, hey, this spot isn't yours automatically
Yeah,
just because we drafted you.
Exactly.
Like, this spot you're gonna have to work for.
Yeah.
And Reggie's a really good running back. He's got great hands. He's a great route runner. He could almost be a receiver, honestly.
Mhm.
Well, you remember he got hurt last year too.
Yep.
So he's kind of a complimentary back to Christian, but yeah, I was a little taken back by that. But I mean, you know, it could be like you said, it could be it is the unofficial, you know, depth chart. So you know that, and along with there was, I mean, I wouldn't call them surprises, but the one I found interesting, you guys might have noticed it too. Walker and Greer both being second team quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably just so they don't demotivate one of them.
Right.
But I definitely don't think we're keeping both.
So I haven't seen much out of PJ. Just what I've seen. I was a little incapacitated for a little bit, so I couldn't do my research. But what I have seen is Will Greer has been dropping some dimes in practices.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much PJ. You know, I'm hoping to get caught back up with him. You know, this week.
Yeah.
But what I've seen from Will is he's taken a step.
Yeah,
This past year.
I've seen some good stuff out of Will. I have seen some stuff out of PJ. Though.
Okay.
I mean, I think they're neck and neck. I think preseason's really gonna show who wins that job.
Yeah, I think so too.
But Dougie, I think we're gonna take 3 into the season.
And we may. I had read the other day that they were possibly thinking about not taking 3.
I mean, it's another roster spot for some other position. But
right. And I did find it interesting with Jansen. You know, I think Fletcher was listed as 2. I doubt they're going to keep.
They're
2
not
long
keeping.
snaps.
it's a cap.
There's no way.
So that was a little interesting too, and one of the things I had heard that Steve Smith had said on the I think the FanFest broadcast, he had kind of threw a little shade at Greer. From what I understand, I didn't hear it because I was there, but yeah, I'd heard it was kind of like it wasn't as close as it was being made out to be.
No, really.
I don't know how true that is. And speaking of Steve Smith, friend of the show, eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Next year, yes, he is.
We
Yes.
will be there.
We've already, I know at one point, I know me and my wife had talked about, if the first Panther, and Kevin Green got in, all those guys, but the first official Panther, we were like, we have to be there.
Oh,
and
when Steve Smith gets inducted, and Julius might get
oh,
before.
yeah.
Well, Julius retired after him, right?
no, he's gonna. Steve Smith will be the first.
Yeah. So I mean, just depending where Steve Smith falls,
but
he will be. I will be there. Steve Smith was my guy.
But the question I have for you guys, and this has been posted on social media a lot, and I know we have our Homer strings.
Yeah.
And the question is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
He's not first ballot.
And there seems to be the sentiment I'm seeing is that he's not.
I don't think he's first ballot.
I'm torn on that one.
I mean, in my eyes, yes.
Yeah.
do in the NFL Hall of Fame voters' eyes?
Right.
I don't think so. I know he's top 10 receiving yards. I think he might be 8th or 9th. He doesn't have as many touchdowns and receptions.
Right.
That's what kind of holds him back.
Yeah.
But he was the last Triple Crown winner for the receiving yards.
And that still
Stole
holds
the
true.
words
Hey,
out of my mouth.
And that holds true
2005,
today.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still today.
And you want to hear another fun fact about that? We were the worst passing team in the league when he did that.
Wow.
We were the worst passing
That's
team in the
pretty
league when
dominant.
he did that.
That's pretty dominant.
That's a credit to Steve Smith.
When you were the worst passing team and you win a Triple Crown,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You got guys out here like, Hopkins and Devontae Adams and
Yep.
all this like.
In a more pass-happy league.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got guys like Devontae Adams getting passes from Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Right.
Like, how do you? I don't.
Steve
see how
Smith
that-
hadn't had an Aaron Rodgers.
Right. If he had,
So,
good God.
yeah, so, I mean, and again, shout out to Steve Smith coming back to the franchise. That was a pretty ugly divorce.
Yeah.
So hey, it was funny the other day, guys. He got a standing ovation when they announced him.
They
The fan-
did.
and man, it was cool, man. It was really
Mhm.
cool. So I do know this, and we like to throw a little shout out on these guys because we're members. I do know the Roaring Right has always said that when Steve Smith is eligible or a Panther, they're going to plan a trip. So I imagine there's probably going to be a lot of Panther fans
I
there.
will be there.
Me and Steven been talking about it for
Yeah.
years, so I'll quit my job.
All right, so we're going on record right now. The Carolina Sports Radio crew and our support staff will be there at camp.
Yes, we will.
We
and
will be
and
there.
we will try and scooch ESPN over and say, hey, well, let's
Yeah.
get give them our cameras.
We could have our own booth.
Yeah, right
We
next
could.
to. Yeah, we could.
Hey, we can do it live.
Yeah, we can. So
We get some credentials. Will be good.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
So yeah, but let's get back to the depth chart. But yeah, I mean that was a few of the things that I saw. I do think that I'm still concerned, guys. I'm concerned on the offensive line.
No, yeah.
I don't know, man. And they're talking. They've been putting Moten out at left tackle. Guys, he's just so dominant at right tackle.
Let me
Yeah.
touch on
You know,
what you just said about the offensive line. We cut David Moore.
Yeah, we did.
and he got scooped up quickly.
Why
Who,
did
who,
we?
who ended up picking him up?
Jets.
No, the Jets picked him up.
Yep.
Why did we cut David Moore?
Don't know.
I mean, he was one of the standouts in the Senior Bowl, was he not?
Yeah, he was one of like the biggest undrafted players coming out. Like,
There were about four teams that tried to pick him up on waivers, and the Jets ended up getting him. The Jets were awarded him. So,
I mean, they are the worst franchise in the league right now.
and
Based off Madden.
speaking of Jets, who's our first opponent in the regular season, Wilson, they're saying he ain't been looking too good.
Yeah. So I saw, and I know this for a fact. He had 2 picks during a live scrimmage game.
Yeah,
A scrimmage game.
The description I read was ugly.
Yes, and I think he was like 4 of 11 or something
Yeah.
like that, and it was bad picks too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like maybe it went off the receiver's hands,
Yeah.
and it was bad picks. So sucks for that guy, and hopefully
J.C. Horn looking really nice.
Yeah,
hopefully
I hope he does that when he
that's what I'm
comes to
saying.
Charlotte.
Exactly.
And you just brought up J.C. Horn. Of course, it's all of our guys, but that's one that we were really excited about. Man, he's having a good camp.
He is.
Um,
The only thing that I've seen that's kind of worries me is a lot of these deflections and stuff he's getting would be pass interference
Maybe.
in a live
And-
game.
and-
But he's young.
Well,
He's young.
and Rule talked about he said he was holding a little
Yeah,
bit too
he
much.
was, yeah.
Did you guys see? Speaking of that, did y'all see how they're really gonna enforce the taunting rule?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah, they're cracking down hard on
So,
that.
I got a feeling that's gonna hurt some teams.
I don't like that at all.
I don't either. I think it's a little bush league.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, people just take it so far. I mean, if someone does I think what Tyreek Hill did the peace sign or whatever,
Right.
That's kind of funny.
Right.
But when people get up and stand over people, all
No,
right,
that-
relax.
That's obviously a personal foul.
yeah, but
you're taunting.
But Justin, what do you call it? The NFL, the no fun league.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's what they call it, right?
I mean, it's football. Like, come on.
Well,
Let
it's just like a couple years ago when they, probably 10 years ago now, when they were, cracking down on the touchdown celebration. Like
celebration,
that was why
yeah.
you watched it.
yeah. Nobody wants to watch when you get a touchdown. You gotta shake a hand.
You
Like,
just hand the ball to the ref
What?
and walk to. No,
Yeah.
you want to even see some celebration.
why do you get paid to score touchdowns?
Yeah, I mean, a blatant taunt, yeah, but just having an emotional, reaction to a good play or something you've done in the game. We all played sports. and sometimes your emotions get away from you. But a blatant taunt, yeah, I think that there should be something to that.
Yeah.
But how do you distinguish what's a blatant taunt and just somebody showing some emotion?
Yeah, there's a lot of gray area for that.
It's open to interpretation.
Now,
Like holding, there's holding on every play.
There, oh yeah, there is.
Me and my wife talk about it every play. Now, why was that holding and why was this not?
Now I know I'm maybe getting a little off topic with this. But you know what's kind of super annoying for me is when you see a DB and he celebrates after a receiver doesn't catch the ball, but he had nothing to do with the play at all.
Oh yeah.
I've seen somebody said something about that on social media one
Like,
time. What did you do?
He didn't do anything. Like they were running
Like-
and,
like
the
they'll do
the
this.
ball's thrown over. Yeah,
They'll
the
do
ball's
this.
overthrown about 20 yards.
Ball's
and
in the bleachers.
and the DB's just like that was all me. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
He didn't do, why are you
Hell
celebrating?
of a play, dude. Hell of a play.
What the hell are you doing?
Right. Like,
Yeah, that's a little
Like I throw him a flag just for being a douchebag. I'm just sorry. Like you didn't do nothing.
yeah. So all right, again, we got off topic. This
I
is just
know.
what we do.
It just happens.
But yeah, just as far as depth chart, like I said, it's unofficial. We're gonna pick up guys too as cuts start happening. We all know that that's why they call it unofficial. I'm not so sure we don't pick up a quarterback, depending on somebody out there.
They have been talking about having a fourth quarterback.
I don't
for the
understand
camp.
why they haven't yet.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't know why we cut
somebody-
Tommy Stevens. I wouldn't have liked to see.
Well, he
Tommy
got cut
Stevens.
again the other day.
Yeah, did he really?
He's available again.
Hmm.
So there's something to that. He's been cut several times. So, but what else? Panthers on the depth chart. Anything else? Depth
Yeah,
chart?
going back to the depth chart. Trenton Cannon is actually listed as a receiver. On our
Receiver.
team.
I saw that. Not even listed with the running back.
He's been practicing the whole time with the receivers. They said he looks great.
I mean, and man,
He's gonna make the team.
oh, absolutely.
Just because of his special teams. He's making the team.
he's versatile and he can plug in a lot of positions. But
Right.
the receivers, man, I've been pretty excited about the receivers, man.
There's one guy that I didn't know anything about, but apparently he is tearing up the training camp. Is C.J. Saunders.
That's
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio State guy.
Is he a state? Is it a state man?
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Shout out to Zach. There you go, buddy. But they said he's been tearing it up.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta have the little white boy. Everybody
Well,
gotta.
got to. Well, I thought that's what Brandon Zystro is for.
Yeah, and
He the big white boy.
He's here.
who knows? What's going to happen there with him. But yeah, the receivers. I mean, we got. I mean, I guess it's a commodity for us now. We got some receivers in camp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still really excited about Marshall.
Yeah, me too.
He's a beast,
He's
man.
been making some crazy catches, but they've also said they've been force feeding him the ball too.
And Smith.
Putting pressure on him.
Yeah,
Smith's been making some plays, man. I know he's returning punts.
yeah. I think he'll be our special teams guy.
He will. I think David Brown's been taking some.
I think he's slotted as a punt returner right on the depth chart.
But yeah,
Who's that?
David Moore.
Brown.
David Moore.
David Moore.
David
He's
Moore.
hurt.
David Moore, I meant.
Is he not hurt?
I don't think so.
He might be. I don't know. But I know the other day they said that he was actually more. They said he was taking punt returns. So they said CMC's been back there, which that needs to stay out.
Don't even practice that.
That's a terrible idea.
No, don't even do that.
That is the worst. I'll go out there and get punts.
There's something on Madden, and I know, Doug. I know you don't play video games,
Oh, I will be.
but
got that big old TV
Yeah.
now.
but there's a thing on Madden
PS5 still in the box.
where they I'll buy it right now.
I got one right down there.
They talk about Christian McCaffrey being able to do absolutely everything on the offensive side, and they say if the Panthers were dumb enough to do it, they put him on the punt return.
Right.
But we're not dumb enough to do that.
There's no need to do that.
Yeah.
Some would do something that crazy, but there's no need to. What do you guys think? Which got me thinking about the passing game. How do you guys think Darnold's looked?
Amazing.
I think it's rocky at first. I think he's starting to get into his stride.
Let me take a step back. I thought you were talking about Dan
Arnold.
No, Darnold.
Yeah,
Darnold.
my bad. Go ahead, Steve.
But there has been already coined Darnold to Arnold.
Darnold to Arnold. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
I think Darnold said that at FanFest. But Darnold, he was rocky at first. He's starting to get more comfortable with offense. He's starting to gel with people.
Yeah.
Your guy Dan Arnold,
Yeah.
he's really starting to develop connection with him, which is what we missed, which I think we stopped on the last podcast. Didn't we cut you off, Justin?
Yeah.
But was the missing tight end factor.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, the
That's
depth
gonna
chart-
help in goal line.
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at the depth chart, they have, I think, Thomas and Arnold both listed as right and left tight ends.
That was interesting to
Um,
me. We don't have a fullback position. We
yeah.
have 2 tight end positions.
Yeah.
I think Tremble might slide into
And we
the
cut a
fullback position.
fullback.
We
actually-
did.
we actually
Mikey
cut-
Daniels.
We cut a fullback. So,
Yeah. Which I was sad about because
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him.
yeah.
But I mean, what do you guys think about putting Tremble back at fullback
I think it'll be a possibility.
with his blocking abilities and he's athletic?
Yep.
I mean, that's what we should have done with Arma. I don't know.
Don't talk about him.
I don't.
You know where
understand.
he is
I
now.
don't know. We don't want to talk about.
He's
that,
down
but
there, that lower bottom state
The
that looks
Aints.
like a toilet.
They and the Aints.
It's shaped like a toilet.
They and
you
the
know,
Aints.
you know what I'm talking about.
The Aints.
The Aints.
And Micah Thomas wants to be traded. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah. They want.
I hope to God.
Then you know where they're talking about the Jags.
I saw that. Him and C.J. Henderson
Mhm.
swap. So, but yeah, what else? Panthers guys.
I got a whole list of stuff.
Well,
Well,
come
we
on,
got
talk about
stuff. You know, we try to keep it as.
Daquan Jones has looked like
Yep.
a leader. They said
Yep.
he's stepping in to a leadership role. on
I
the
think our
defensive line.
defensive front is going to be
I-
hell.
I don't know what ranking was. I think it. I don't want to say. Who
I
it
saw
was.
one the other day where they had us ranked
Top-
first.
Well, I saw 10th.
I saw one the other day that was first.
Our D line.
Yes.
I said front 7. They said we were top 10. I don't think D line we're close to
Yeah.
to first.
See if
When
I can
you-
find that.
When you
I
got
mean, you put Reddick on there.
no, when you got come on now, when you got the Redskins, Washington football team. I apologize for saying that.
the Redskins.
I
the
shouldn't have said that. But you got Washington, you got
They're
Pittsburgh,
first.
you got Pittsburgh, you got Rams. I mean,
Rams only have Darnold or Donald or whatever the
Doesn't-
hell his name is.
doesn't matter. Have you seen that? Have you seen that dude?
Well, yeah, but you can't have a D line with just one person.
Yeah, you can. And the Rams have it.
He's a
Yeah,
beast.
well, all
That-
right. Well, I'll
that-
push him back to 5. So
Dude, that dude's triple teamed. You're taking 3 offensive line. You're putting 2 offensive line and a tight end on them, and he's still throwing people around.
by the end of the year, we'll be a top 5 D line.
I'm at.
Another hot take.
Yeah.
No. My hot take: Burns has more than 15 sacks.
Oh, that's a hot take.
That's a fucking hot
Yeah,
take.
get it.
How many does Reddick get?
15 fucking sacks.
More than
Yes.
more than 10 because they already got a bet.
And Fox is going to get 10.
Yeah.
They've already got a bet going.
What doesn't matter because Derek Brown's isn't gonna have 25.
I
so
think
that's
they
fine.
said, what?
That's fine.
Meet me at the quarterback?
Yeah.
Is that what they're talking
Yeah.
about?
We're gonna be nasty. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna be nasty. I'm just saying I don't think we're in the
Right.
the top 5 right now.
and nor
Right
do,
now, I would say top 10.
nor do I
I
think.
would say 10th. And a front 7, yeah. The only thing holding us back is our linebackers because we don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean,
Right.
nor do I think that we were number 1. I just remember I read something the other day where somebody ranked us something about our defensive line as number 1, and it was I didn't save it obviously.
No, it's cool. It doesn't matter. I mean, we already know that it's gonna be if that front 7's gonna be nasty.
I think overall the defense is going to be stout.
Mhm.
Hopefully it's not a disappointment. I know the secondary. I think they're hungry to prove something.
Oh yeah.
If you can get the pressure on the quarterback, because look, guys, I don't know if either of you've ever played DB. You can only hold a guy for so long.
You can, yeah.
So we've got to get pressure
Mhm.
on the quarterback. That's the bottom line. So.
And that's how Stone Cold told you.
The bottom line. And I understand Joey Sly, your boy,
Joey Sly's my
has
guy.
been looking pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he went like 8 of something
Yeah.
or 8 of 10 or
I
something
think
like
the
that.
coaches
field goals.
had to run the other day because he made like a 53-yarder to end
Well,
practice
but
or something.
you know that man's got a boot.
Yeah,
You know what
so-
I mean? But you can put him at 70. He almost hit that one against the Chiefs. That was 70 freaking yards.
Yeah. So Justin, I don't know if you have anything else over there as far as the training camp depth chart. We were going to go ahead and preview the preseason game coming up,
Yeah, let's jump into that.
which is this coming Sunday,
1 o'clock, right?
1:00 15th. I think we're the only one playing that.
We
day.
are. Only
So
Sunday game.
Kind of
Tune
prime time, I guess.
Well, because we only get 1 this year against the
Um,
fucking Texans.
And we will again we're members of the Lake Norman Riot. We will be having a watch party at On Tap in Mooresville. So come on up if anybody everybody's welcome, even if you're not a Riot member. We actively recruit.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on up and enjoy, man. We have a good time up there. So again, we'll be up there Sunday 1:00 Panthers Colts at watch party at On Tap.
Check us out.
It should be a good game. They got the they're throwing a bunch of young guys at quarterback, so we can kind of see what our young defense can do against, I guess, a young quarterback. So I think Easton's starting for him since Wentz is out.
Right.
But I think we're just ready for some football. We got joint practices starting too this week with
Starts
Indy.
tomorrow.
Yep. So we get to kind of get a feel for them. You know, they get a feel for us. I always like that joint practice thing.
Yeah. As long as you keep it under control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
As you can see with the Rams and Cowboys, they had a big old brawl.
Yeah.
And
Bunch of thugs.
Justin, before you talk about any of the preseason, here's another fun fact, guys. Coach of the Colts, former Panther, Frank Wright.
Well, yeah, was he a
First quarterback we ever had, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
No
So,
kidding. I didn't know that.
former Bill, yes sir. So there's another Panther connection.
Yeah, well, we were 3 years
You guys
old
were
when
like,
that,
I think you guys were like 2.
Yeah.
So
Shit, I
yeah.
wasn't even born.
So yeah. So there's another Panther connection there.
But yeah, Steven said Jacob Eason starting. I'm excited for Sam Ellinger. I'm not excited to see him play against us. I don't want him to do good, but
He was interesting. He was so me and Justin. We didn't really follow college football like that. I
Right.
pull for the Tar Heels, but usually they suck. But
Number 9 in the coaches poll.
they are they're good this year. But normally in football they're terrible.
Right.
So what we do is we pick a top 25 team. And a couple years ago I had Texas with Sam Ellinger. I think you had Texas
A&M.
A&M. But I started watching Sam Ellinger, and he's a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
So they might got to steal with that. So I'm kind of like with Justin. I kind of like to see what Ellinger's got in the NFL.
Yep. And Wentz is out, so obviously.
Is that breaking news? I think it's breaking news when he starts this fucking game.
Well, yeah. I mean, he walks on a field and tears his ACL.
I think it's a breaking news. He's actually starting.
But the biggest news of all for the Colts.
Good God, why do you slam that door?
Listen,
Thing
this is
outside.
big news.
Hey,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I
I'll
think
put-
he's getting emotional.
Yeah.
I put this in caps, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, here we
You're-
go.
You'll understand here in a minute when I say it.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Big Phil.
Big Phil.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Big Phil.
You know he's talking about. He said, "I'm
If a
not
qu-
actually retired."
He said if a quarterback goes down, and a team needs a quarterback.
I did see
Give
that.
him a call.
And Justin, I don't think you and I have ever talked about this. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm a Phillip Rivers fan.
Yeah, he went to state.
I don't care. I'm still a fan.
I'm just saying he went to state. He went to.
I have always supported him. I'm a Tar Heel guy, but I've always liked Rivers, man. I think he's he's just a competitor, man.
Yeah, he is, man.
So
And he
again,
talks,
I know you Tar Heel fans are gonna be mad at me
talks
because I like him, but I like him as a quarterback, man.
He talks some shit.
He don't
I'm
care.
just saying.
And you hardly ever hear him cuss.
He doesn't cuss.
No,
He
no.
just talks good old country boy junk.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Carolina should have signed him.
Yeah.
We should have.
But I'm glad you brought that up. I've always liked Phillip Rivers. so.
Phil.
Phil.
Can we just get a Big Phil?
Big
All together.
Shout out to Big Phil.
Big Phil. No
but
pull out Phil.
Yeah.
all I got is interesting adds and losses. So they added Carson Wentz.
Philadelphia
No.
is happy.
So I mean, listen to these ads though. So Carson Wentz, injury prone. Eric Fisher, injury prone. Like all the guys they put on here were just guys coming off injury,
Yep.
and they were cheap.
That's
Maybe
that-
not cheap, but like
You can get him at a deal.
yeah.
Would you say it was patchwork?
Oh yeah, because they lost. I mean, I'm going to Anthony Costanzo,
Right.
who's probably one of the better
Right.
left tackles in the league.
Right.
But he didn't. The Phillies signed the Wentz to a big contract and they traded for it. Did
Yeah.
they did not?
Yeah, it was a
Oh, yeah.
third round last year and
Yeah.
a second round
Right.
next year.
Dang. And they're paying all that money for someone to sit on the sideline.
Yep.
You know what's funny?
I would have just kept paying Andrew Luck to let him coach. You know,
Yeah.
just to be honest with you.
I mean, what's funny was the Panthers. We were all of us were looking for quarterback, and I remember somebody saying that Wentz about us. I didn't want Wentz. I was never big on Wentz ever. I was hoping that we would steer clear of that, which we obviously did. I'm not throwing shade at Wentz. It's just I just didn't want the guy.
No, and I think we all we had our sights on Mr. Deshaun Watson.
And we had him on Lawrence for a while.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
Yeah.
But we won too many games.
Yeah, but I like the Darnold pickup and the trade.
I do too.
I'm happy
and
with
we've
it.
touched on that. I'm hoping that Sam has a really good year, just personally, man, just to prove that what happened is New York
I think
was a fluke.
Yeah, I think the kid's got something.
Yeah.
He's got
So
something.
what else you got, Justin?
That's all I got really. They lost Justin Houston. He went to Baltimore.
Right.
I think that was a pretty solid pickup for them.
Just real quick, Pittsburgh offered Justin Houston a lot more money than the Ravens did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he turned it down to go to the Ravens.
And you remember, we will have joint practices with the Ravens.
Yeah, we're going to definitely try to go to that.
Yep.
We need to look into that, Justin.
Oh, Malik Hooker also is gone.
And
He in Dallas, right?
Did he get signed? Did he get signed?
Yeah, he's in Dallas.
Okay.
here's one that I didn't look up. Who's kicking for the Colts? Didn't Vinatieri retired?
They got Blankenship.
Is that who it is?
That dude's
Okay.
that dude's a beat. Ricardo Blankenship or something like that.
As much as I respect Vinatieri, I still hate him for Super Bowl 38.
No, don't hate Vinatieri. Hate John
John
Casey.
Casey, I knew it was coming. So
The motherfucker
yeah.
never hit a kickoff out of bounds the one
Ever.
time in his career. You know why? Because the damn ball was deflated.
Hey.
But we're not getting into
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, John. All right, so hey guys, we're gonna try to get into wrap up mode here. We do have some shout outs that we're gonna do. I have a couple, and then we'll just go around the horn. I do want to throw a shout out to Alex Highsmith, Charlotte 49er. He was a third-round pick, Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been showing out.
Dude, he had a sack in the Hall of
Yes,
Fame.
he did.
Not?
He's been showing out,
I
y'all.
think he almost had two.
I know for sure he had one.
Well, at the end of the game, he graded out as the top defensive player in the game.
Did he really?
Yes.
Wow.
And again, I have to be selfish here. I'm a Charlotte alumnus, and I am a season ticket holder, so I'm going to throw a shout out. I am not a Pittsburgh fan by no means. Sorry, Mark. But hey, I have to respect the fact that he's playing for a class franchise, and they are.
They are.
And he's showing out, man. Charlotte guy. So hey, the guy was a walk on. Think about that. And now the guy's a third-round pick in the NFL, and he's going off. So, hey, Alex, good job, buddy. We're happy to see that. As long as you're not playing the Panthers, hey, man, good luck.
Don't do it week 3 in preseason. Just take that Nate off.
And one thing I do hope to do in the preseason game, I'm going to try to get his attention and maybe get him to come over and throw a shout out to the show, maybe.
That'd be dope.
So again, Alex, thanks, man, and we're pulling for you. The other one I wanted to talk about, and this is a Riot member who's been showing the show a lot of love on social media, and that's my man Jose. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to throw his last name in there. He knows who he is.
You the man. We appreciate it.
Man, he's really been supporting us, and he's big on Steven's phrase, the crack zone.
Crack zone.
Every
Welcome
time
to the crack zone.
he's posting stuff, he's talking about entering the crack zone, things like that. So, man, that's the kind of stuff that we want you guys to do for us.
Oh, I got you.
And we love it, man. And,
I got you, dude.
We appreciate you, Jose, man. And again, friend of the show, obviously.
Thanks, man.
We'll be seeing you at some of the Roaring Riot tailgates as well, sir. So thank you.
Yep.
I just got two real quick. We already mentioned one. Rod Smith, if you're listening, thank you for the like.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Keep liking our shit, bruh. The other one, I just want to really quick thank everybody for the support, honestly. Tech guy over here sitting in the floor.
Mysterious tech guy.
Helping us out a lot.
Man.
I was about to say your name, but I didn't. And everybody just on social media.
And our silent manager.
I wasn't going to mention that, but
she's the silent manager.
Silent manager.
But we really appreciate the support, guys, and just keep showing it.
Yep. I do have a shout out. I'm gonna kind of bring the tone down a little bit, and I do apologize for this, guys. But I did have a close personal friend of mine. She did pass away with her family in a house fire. So if you just get any prayers to the Cook family, they could really use it. I worked with her personally for about 8 years. She was my work mom. So just please just keep them in your prayers. To the Cook family, they lived in North Carolina. They were local. She was so super supportive of us. She was so excited to see our podcast, and when Cam and Dollar shout us out, I showed her, and she was just so happy. He's like, "Oh, you guys can blow up!" And she had such big aspiration for us when we're still not even close to doing that. But she loved it.
Stephen, what we ought to do, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here. Let's just dedicate this episode to her and her family.
Yeah. Well, I would love.
Everybody
love
good
that.
with that?
Yeah, let's go with that.
She
Prayers
was
up.
a great woman, honestly.
She was a great woman. Me and Justin worked with her personally.
Yeah.
Me and Tech Guy, we all three worked with her personally. I wish you guys could have met her because, like I said, she was like my work mom, and she was a hell of a woman. And just keep them in your prayers, guys.
Thank you, guys. Justin? Anybody?
That's about it, guys.
Hey, we talked about the followers. Again, thank you, guys. We're going to wrap this episode up. Hey, man, we were gone for a little while. We're back. Some of you may say, "Oh my God, they're back."
Yep.
But yeah, we back, man, and we are excited. We're ready to go. Again, let me hit it again. If you want to come, you can meet us. And some of you might say, "Why do you want to meet these guys?" We will be at the watch party again Sunday on tap. Panthers, Colts, 1:00.
I'm saying we're three good-looking guys, so I mean,
Yeah, you can't miss us. You can't miss us.
The three best-looking guys on tap.
You're gonna walk in and be like, "Oh, that's them."
That's those guys. Three good-looking guys drinking some beer at the bar, talking about the sports. So let's do it.
Did we mention we bullshit a lot? But it is what it is.
It's
But listen, all kidding aside, guys. Listen, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Thank you two guys. I shout you two guys out too, man. Tech guy, our silent manager, anybody, man. We really appreciate everything we're doing here.
I'm gonna shout you out, Doug.
Hey, shout it out loud,
Don't
my
shout
boys.
me out.
Hey, I'm gonna follow it up, shouting you out, Dougie.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. And hey, man, we'll work on next week's show. And hey, this is it, man. We're out. So listen, thanks for listening. Hey, man, we're gonna end the show until we come up with our own, little catchphrase, I guess. But we're gonna end it like we always do with the Panthers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep pounding, baby.